Well, I like Colin Dixon. Like I said about Colin Dixon last week, Hank Beatty is tough, smart, dependable. What Coach B taught us about this program. Didn't get a ton of opportunities early, but when he does, he gets in there and makes them count. A guy we trust to be in a bunch of different spots. Punt returner, wide receiver, doesn't matter. Does a good job of showing up every day with a great attitude and working.
What's he bring to the receiver group that maybe is different?
One, he's smart, can play. He really play all three positions. He does a good job of. He understands leverage. I think he knows what he's good at and what he's not, and he does a good job of playing to his strengths, and that obviously helps him get open.
How big was that catch that he made right before the field goal?
It was huge. We talk all the time in our room, man, just run your route. You got to run every route to win. The minute you don't, the ball is going to find you. So he did a good job of getting across the field and doing a good job of vertically lifting the guy and creating separation, and he made a play. That's what Hank does.
What's your Pat and Sakari play some of your reps because he's so good, but how do you get the other guys to just kind of deal with that and take advantage of their opportunities when they get it?
Yeah, I was literally just talking to one of the guys in the back today. You can't get frustrated, right? You just got to continue to show up and work. I mean, you look at Colin Dixon and even Hank. I mean, guys that Hank wasn't getting a ton of rep opportunities at the beginning of the year, and he just slowly but surely just kept getting in there, and somehow it just finds a way. The ball has a way of finding you and getting your opportunities. And you just got to keep showing up every day and working with a really good attitude. And you never know, man. Throughout the course of a game, when a guy may need a break, and all of a sudden you're in there, and it's your chance to make a play, you got to be ready to go make it.
What's your thoughts on the Michigan secondary so far, and what kind of challenges do you think they could potentially present?
I mean, it's Michigan, man. They got good players. Their corners are really good players too. There's an exceptional corner, probably one of the best ones we'll face all year. He's as good as any of the ones I faced in that last league I was in. The safeties do a good job on the back end. They play really hard, very well coached. And it's going to be a great challenge for us, but I think our guys will be ready.
Do you think they're physical? Do they play man or zone? Like, what have you kind of seen?
Yeah, they switch it up. It's a little bit of man, a little bit of zone. Very multiple. It's an NFL scheme. I was in an NFL offense the last 5 years at South Carolina. I watched a lot of NFL film, and it's a lot of the same things. The guys, obviously, their defensive coordinator is a really, really good football coach. You don't last that long in the NFL if you can't coach ball, right? So he does a good job of getting his guys in positions to make plays, and very multiple. So we're going to be ready for a lot of different things. It's going to take a lot of hard work this week, but our guys are excited about the challenge.
How much of what did we do to get the reps you did in the last game kind of ups from the last couple of games?
Freaking practice is hard, man. He practices hard every day. Malik brings the energy every day. I tell him, I said, the thing about Malik is when he don't have it, it's visible, right? But he does a really good job of bringing good energy every day and getting out there and practicing really hard. And he's earned the right to get in the game.
How much do maybe the non-Pat and Sakari guys push each other, just knowing that there's only maybe going to be a certain amount of reps, and like one of them or two of them, are going to take them.
Yeah, that's a very good point. That's just kind of what I was just talking about, man. You just got to be ready when your opportunity comes. You never know throughout the course of a game. Somebody, God forbid, something happens to somebody, and you got to be able to go in. You got to be prepared, right? You got to know what to do, and then you got to be able to go play fast and to be able to go make the play. So, and the only way that comes is through confidence. So when you go in there and practice and you get your reps, is you got to go in there and you got to have good reps.
I mean, it seems like it's been a few different guys throughout the course of the season. Like you talk about Alex Jones, now Hank and Malik again. Do you see just steady growth from everyone in that room just to be ready?
Yeah, 100%. It's a little bit smaller group when you get into the game plan, like the guys that are actually traveling and playing. So I think there's 7 or 8 of us in that room, and they do a really good job of learning. I mean, I'm telling you, what blows my mind about this place is how smart our kids are. Right? We had a solid big Tuesday's your big install day today, and I mean they were out there coaching me up on some of it. So they do a good job of being prepared. They do a good job of preparing each other, and I think they all have the right approach of, hey, look, we're just going to show up. We're going to do our job. Try to be 1-0 each day, so we can be 1-0 on Saturday.
On that note, Pat said that he kind of almost called that overtime play. What does that say about not just his confidence, but probably how well he knows the offense? And it seems like they trust what he runs.
Yeah, guys that have played as much football as Pat and Zakari, when they believe in something and they call it out, man. That's what you want as a coach. You want your players to be confident in what you're calling, and for those guys to step up and give suggestions like that. I mean, who shoot you, man. If you believe in it and that's what you want, we'll go do it.
At this point in the season, do you have to be mindful of the fact that Pat Bryant has laid down 6 games of film, and he's going to be at the top of the scouting report for the opponent every week now? Or?
Yeah, obviously, I think teams we play know that Pat and Zakari are the guys they're out there the majority of the time. But it's just like any other game plan, man. You game plan, and we don't specifically we don't game plan the whole plan around those 2 guys. It just you got to be ready when your number's called, and they may take this away, and that's why you make sure there's a progression in it. If they take that away, we got this. If they take this away, we got that.
Check me if I'm wrong, but it seems like you had a lot of success when you put Zakari in the slot on the same side as Pat Bryant. What kind of issues does that cause for the coverages trying to check those 2 guys?
Yeah, that's and when you have both of them, when they're both on the field, you got to be aware where they're both at. But then when you have them both to a side, it obviously creates some matchup advantages for us, and that's where you got to have somebody else wherever those 2 are. You got to have somebody else on the other side that can go make plays as well. And that's what we've been challenging our guys to make sure. Hey, look, man, those 2 over there, they're going to try to put one-on-one. We got to make sure we go make plays on the backside too.
Tell me about player development since you got here. Are you happy with where some of the guys have progressed, and what's been? It seems like you're starting to build a little bit of depth there and getting some more people involved. What's been kind of the key to developing some of those guys?
Yeah, I think it comes from the guys how hard they've worked. We do have I said it this past fall. I said it when I got him, man. We got a really deep room. There's some young guys still that are coming along that are going to be really good players for us. I'm really proud of that group. I'm really proud of how the older guys push the younger guys. The younger guys watch Pat Bryant practice, watch Hank Beatty practice, watch Colin Dixon practice, and it makes it so much easier for me to coach those young guys on, hey, these are our practice habits, and this is what it takes to play at the level that Pat's playing at.
When you have that kind of success, how's that help you on the recruiting trail? Does it give you a lot more to sell when you go out there?
Oh yeah. Winning helps everything, and then as far as just recruiting receivers, when you got receivers playing at such a high level like we do, it obviously helps in recruiting.
Thanks, Coach.